I've never been a huge Fortnite person, but all my friends have been for a while. I always feel like I'm being left out when they're saying to jump on Fortnite and such. Yeah, I've played the game a few times and I get the gist of the gameplay and whatnot. I'm just not good at the game. So one Monday night, I hopped on the game and played alone just to practice. I did that over and over and over, until I started actually getting pretty decent at the game. Then I started to play the game with other players, not my friends, just random people online. I played a game of duos, meaning with one other person on my team. His gamer tag was BobRocket16 or something like that, with a few extra C's and E's or whatever. I didn't write it down. We lost the game, think we ranked like number 20. After the game was over, I got a personal message from the guy, saying he thought I was really good and that we should play again. It was weird because, really, I didn't play too well at all that game. Nevertheless, I played another game with him. This time he turned on his microphone and was trying to talk to me. I don't have a gaming microphone, so I couldn't talk back. I could only hear him through the TV speakers. Based on his tone and what he was saying, he seemed to be getting annoyed that I wasn't talking to him. I heard him say things like, "Put your mic on and stop being a faggot." Any thought of this guy being cool was gone at this point, and I thought he was just a straight up douche. I was gonna finish the game, but after that was it with this guy. He kept saying stuff, most of it incoherent simply because of my distance to the TV and the noise of the actual game itself. But then I heard him say my name. Not just my first name, my full name. When I heard this, I panicked and thought to myself, wait, is my real name displayed on my profile? But I realized, no, it couldn't be. The guy kept saying things over the mic, but I wasn't listening at this point. I went over to the console and turned it off in a panic. Just knowing that the sound of the guy's voice was gone now made me sigh in relief. I texted my friends and told them about it. They all seemed to think it was funny, typing their LOLs and LMAOs and whatnot. I put my phone down on the desk as I went on my laptop. The phone vibrated again. I expected it to be one of my friends, but it was an unknown number. The message was hi, and then my full name. I typed back, "Who is this?" The typing bubbles with the 3 dots came up for the longest time. I waited anxiously to see what this person was going to say. The message was, "Is this your address?" and then my actual address. I once again typed, "Who is this?" and then I lied and typed, "No, that isn't my address." The person never responded after that. I started accusing my friends of fucking with me. They all swore they had nothing to do with it though. Low-key, I didn't believe them, but I didn't bother feeding into it. I figured if it is them, the more reaction I give, the more kicks they get out of it. I went to bed ignoring my friends. I woke up to something. I was almost positive I heard a noise. You know how sometimes a sound will wake you up, but you don't know what the sound was because you weren't awake yet to hear it? Well, that was me at this moment. I sat up looking around my room as anyone naturally would. My whole body jerked in startlement as there was a set of knocks on my window. Instead of looking to see who was out there like a man, I ran like a coward out of my room and to the nearest bathroom where I locked myself in. There were no windows in that bathroom, so I felt safe. I actually fell asleep in that bathroom, and when I woke up, I texted my friends again, telling them all to go fuck themselves. They all got a kick out of it, but when I saw them in person, they seemed pretty genuine when they told me they had nothing to do with it. To this day, I really don't know if my friends were pranking me.
It started simple enough. My plans that night were ruined. The rain was coming down super hard. No outside parties for sure, but I really wish I did something else that night other than play Fortnite. My therapist says that I should open up and talk about it. So here I go. 1 month ago, after my plans were ruined, I went to play Fortnite. I landed Pleasant Park. When I jumped, I noticed the whole server had lagged out. It was just myself left in the whole game. There was rain and some flash of lightning in Pleasant Park. That doesn't happen unless it's inside the storm, but the match had just started. After exploring Pleasant Park for a while and getting a very tense vibe like something bad was about to happen, I heard it. The reboot van. There was someone else in my match now. How? It didn't matter now. All that did matter was that I would have to kill this person to win. The wind around Pleasant Park and this storm around it picked up. As it did in the game, the storm that was happening in real life, it also picked up. These storms, they were linked to each other, but I didn't know that at the time. I start to hear weird noises around the field, so I went to investigate. When I got there, I see a storm flip fly into view. This one was a special one. It caused the whole game to accelerate. The storm covered everything except Pleasant Park. I would find this person soon. Still, the actual storm over Pleasant Park is still going, as well as the storm in real life. I decided at this point, even though the atmosphere was tense and creepy, I knew since Pleasant was the only playable area, I would find this person here soon if I went house to house. After a few moments of searching, I heard a loud burst of thunder in the game. Shortly after, I hear that same loud burst of thunder, but in real life. I enter into the final house. I hear what sounds like footsteps. A bright flash of lightning hit Pleasant Park, and I saw it. For a brief moment, it was everything. Everything I had ever feared in my life, like, somehow, some way. This thing knew my very fears down to my very core. I knew what was next. The flash of lightning in real life.
I am always with you, in the day and in your mind.
I was so terrified seeing that thing here, inches from my face. I could feel its breath hit me. I blacked out from the fear and the trauma. I've been going to therapy ever since. No one believes me, though. I don't even think my therapist does. But if you choose to, then just know there's something out there, something in Pleasant Park that will prey on you and your fears, and you'll see them come true. If the Fortnite servers drop, if things get creepy, and if those first two things happen, you find yourself in Pleasant Park, turn off. Who else is tired of killing someone with the name Anonymous? I mean, come on, let's face it. Not everyone needs to have that on. But maybe I'm just on edge. I had a scary encounter with someone, and he was called. It started as any other night would. I enjoy solos. I'm a quiet person, and I mostly stick to myself. I guess you would call me a loner, or whatever. I started up a game of solos. I was doing well. Then I got sniped by an anonymous player. He was anonymous, number 666. He started to emote on me, and then he ran up to me to teabag where I died at. He seeked me out, and he was being super toxic. I left the game, and I started to play another match of solos. This time I didn't win either, but the person who killed me wasn't toxic about it at least. But when I got back into my pregame lobby to check on the updated item shop, I saw that the person who had originally killed me in the first game joined the lobby. What's even more scary, his name was still Anonymous 666. How? This is impossible. Instead of trying to kick him, I thought, what's the worst that could happen? And I readied up to play duos. After a few moments, the other player also readies up. The game loads and we're greeted by a different kind of map. This map was on fire. I thought I entered the event that had been going on with that certain famous rapper. But I was wrong. The whole map looked on fire, as if the meteor from Season 3, Chapter 1 just happened. I was super confused and debated leaving the game. That's when he talked.
Get ready! It's going to be a bumpy ride.
What was this? Right when we were about to jump, my game lagged out. Was I saved? I went back to the pregame lobby. I had goosebumps and I was breathing heavily. I was scared at what I just witnessed, but I didn't get much peace. The anonymous player joined my game again. This time, he was wearing a unique skin, and it looked so familiar I couldn't put my finger on it. I was sure I'd seen it before. No, I was sure it looked like someone I knew. I felt bad for this person. Maybe he only wanted a friend. I went on the mic and I asked him something. And what I asked him, it's going to haunt me for the rest of my life. I began to talk to him, and I asked him, "Hey, that skin looks really familiar. It looks like someone I know in real life. Have I met you before?" He got on his mic and he told me,
Yes, you have seen me. In hell. Soon, I will see you again.
Then he left the party. I don't know if this was a troll or what, but